Our mission at Zurich is to help customers understand and manage their risk. In this increasingly complex world we live in as we globalize and are exposing customers to risk around the world they hadn't been exposed to before, it becomes even more difficult.
We're spending an awful lot of time reaching out to our customers, listening to our customers, talking about the new cutting-edge technology that we have available to us to help mitigate their risks.
All of what we do is catastrophic risk management. So everything that costs a lot of money, our team is working on it.
As you can imagine, here we have lots and lots and lots of systems. I mean, we have, for instance, in one country we have alone 10 claim systems.
How do we look at the 30,000-foot level of risk on a global basis?
If you get a hole in the building, then the hurricane comes inside, and obviously that's a big problem.
So we're here today to join up with IBHS to really learn more about what they're doing, their research activities, and obviously this wonderful facility that we're sitting in today. It's truly unique. It's state-of-the-art.
We're looking at building standards and codes and materials and systems in ways that simply weren't possible before, and we're thrilled that Zurich is here. The reason IBHS exists is simply to identify, evaluate, and promote ways to strengthen homes, businesses, and communities against natural hazards of all kinds. This is the only place in the world where you can do full-scale testing. And in this facility, you'll see today a very realistic rainstorm with wind behind it. We try to mimic Mother Nature as closely as humanly possible.
Zurich has joined the IBHS Research Advisory Council. We truly believe in the work that's being done here, the work being done to improve building resilience, resilience overall. And we think that that's going to have a lasting impact for many, many years to come.
One of the things that Zurich has brought to the table is a very specific focus on commercial property. Why are we looking at residential and commercial? Because we know that communities are not resilient unless both sides of that equation are stable. If the homes are gone and the businesses survive, people aren't thinking about work. They're thinking about putting their lives back together. If the homes are there and the businesses are gone, and there's no job, there's no tax base, they will leave and the community will die. The Sandy zone will always be defined as pre and post Sandy. That's what we're trying to stop. These should be events, but they should be rocks in the road, not boulders or cliffs.
Today in our large test chamber, we did a wind-driven water test. We were looking at several vulnerabilities on a structure: doors, windows, vents, the roof deck itself. And what we find is, not surprisingly, water will find a way in where there is a vulnerability.
Today's event really brings to life the work that we can do with partners such as the Institute for Business and Home Safety, IBHS. They're researching, they're testing, they're developing proven solutions. So when we go out to a customer, we want to be a trusted advisor.
We're very concerned about the possibility of a natural catastrophic event that could affect our company. We have had a couple of major losses over the last number of years. Zurich was there on the ground with us. They worked from day one.
As we provide customers with insights, it brings us together. And when we share those insights, it creates a discussion. And those discussions ultimately lead to the best possible solutions that represent the whole, not just individual parts.
One of the things that we look for from Zurich is for them to tell us where they might see some glitches in what we have in our systems or in our equipment in our facilities. To prohibit future losses there is very important to me.
The big box is the test chamber. That's 105 fans, 350 horsepower each. The fans allow us to do all sorts of wonderful things. There's a contraction coming off of the array of fans. We're reducing that size and span by about 50%. That allows us to accelerate the wind. We can accelerate it up to 130 miles an hour.
Weather patterns are becoming more and more unpredictable, leading to more frequent and more intense storms. We can help our customers prepare for coming changes through either avoiding exposure to natural hazards, which really is almost impossible to do. They are all around us, or mitigating the effects of natural hazards through better building. And that comes through better science, engineering, being applied to more robust structures that withstand the forces of natural hazards, things like flood and wind.
Our traditional response as a nation has been just that, response. We wait until an event happens, and then we go in and we try to pick up the pieces, and unfortunately we have put those pieces back together in the same places, in the same ways, over and over and over again, each time expecting a different outcome when Mother Nature roars, and it simply doesn't happen. We know a lot of the things that can protect structures against seismic activity, against hurricanes, against lower level tornadoes, against all sorts of natural hazards. A better way to look at natural hazards is to think about resilience, to think about preparing before something happens.